Hello everyone, this will be my attempt at trying to make my first YouTube video, at least something like this, and it will be telling you all why I think the Model X Plaid, that would be the refresh, is probably the most perfect car that you could get if you are in need of a one-car solution and you're open to an electric car. I think the Model X Plaid is truly the perfect car for everything. It's pretty incredible. Mine looks the way it does because I did decide to put a Bitcoin on it. This one is a 2022. I got it June 3rd of 2022. I personally really love the looks. I think it kind of looks like a shark. We have the long range wheels, so not the $5,500 upgraded wheels, and the black interior. So there's the door opening up for you. It's a little ran through right now, but that's what it looks like. I have the updated yoke. The first yoke did peel. As for pricing, you could probably find them in the 50s to 60s as they're coming out of their leases, which I think is an incredible deal for this car, along with the S Plaid. But specifically the X Plaid, if you need that room, if you need that storage, it's amazing. I've fit way more than I should be able to. I've moved across multiple different houses and dorms and whatnot, and it's been so reliable. The original price on this car when it came out for my lease was $130, and that's what the lease got calculated for. At that price, I'm not too sure. Obviously, it doesn't cost that much anymore, but I'm still pretty happy with it. The lease payment is under $2,000, but it's a lot. When I walk up to it, lights turn on, should unlock, and my door, sometimes it opens all the way, I guess. Oh, there it goes. So yeah, there are those technological glitches, you know. Sometimes if it senses something with this camera here, it'll open and stay, but if not, it'll open all the way so I can hop in. Now the typical sequence for me is to put my seatbelt on and to press my brake at the same time. So I press my brake, my seatbelt goes in, I press the brake, and we're automatically in drive. So now all I have to do is go. I really like the leather feel in this car. Feels nice. There's Alcantara pretty much everywhere if it is not leather, but here, down there, up here, dash, all leather or carbon fiber or Alcantara. I'm sure most people are familiar with Tesla Tech by now, but this specific display, you can tilt it left, have it to the center, or tilt it to the right. Having the screen tilted towards you like this kind of feels like you're in a spaceship and you're in a control center and whatnot. The screen is 120 Hertz, really smooth, no problems ever with anything, only sometimes with the internet. Now, I love the screen and I love Tesla infotainment. There is no Apple CarPlay, obviously, but I really don't have any gripes with Tesla navigation. And the suggested locations in the Tesla nav are incredible. Incredible. So I go to the lab on Tuesday and Thursday, and it's at the research clinic. And every Tuesday and Thursday, you know, it knows that. I'm like, okay, whatever. It'll take me to the research clinic. On Sundays, usually I go to a breakfast place here. It's called Cunitos. I go there with my housemates. And every Sunday it'll pop up and it knows. And it knows, even if you go somewhere like once a month, on that day of that month, it will somehow know. And sometimes when I'm at school and I want to go to a friend's house before I come here, and it's a friend's house that I've been to before, it'll be at the top of my suggested. And it feels just like a crazy coincidence. So that is something to note. I really love Tesla infotainment, and I am a CarPlay fanatic. I love CarPlay. I wanted it on my cars. I was disappointed it wasn't in here, but I am certainly not anymore. Back to the screen. My favorite part about maybe even this car as a whole is this. This is the only Tesla you can do this on. You can open up everything. The front as well. I'm not going to open the front. Actually, yeah, I'll open the front, whatever. And you can close them all as well, just like you can close all except for the front. But I usually open people's doors for them when someone's walking up to the car. I don't know, maybe it's really cold outside, you want to get them in here quicker, you just open their door for them, they can step in, and then you close it for them as well, and you head off. All right, so we do have the captain's chair configuration. It is the only configuration you can now get the X Plaid in, and it's been that way for a few years. The seats do go forward and back. You can press it once, or you can adjust it gradually so you have a little bit less room or more room. You can tilt the seats here a little bit, just like that. Once again, I really love the vegan leather of this car. It's no real leather, but for what it is, I think it is pretty nice. We have that one, 2 USB ports right there, and a cup holder right there. Here's the trunk. I recently took this camping, so excuse all the dirt. Put this to the side. This is one of the 2 rear seats. Now to get in, I typically just tell people go in through here because this takes a lot of time, but I'll show it. Now these passengers in the back also have 2 USB ports right there and 2 cup holders right there. To bring these seats up and down, it's this button on both sides. You just push it and it'll lay flat just like that one. You can bring it back, fold this up. To bring it up, there is no automatic. You just kind of go like that. Set it back down, you just push and push. This undercarriage storage has saved me many times. It's huge. This doesn't do it justice, but I can fit probably most of my body in here. This comes out, obviously. As for this screen in the back, honestly, I have it locked most of the time just because I don't like people skipping tracks and whatnot. However, when it is unlocked and you have actual adults in the car, these are your settings, screen brightness. You can add Bluetooth devices from back here. You have the arcade, you have all the games, you can connect controllers, theater mode, of course, music. They can see what we're listening to or change it, which I hate. And you can move the seat in front of you, just like that. Not while you're driving, however. That is important to note. And change the climate. This button here is for the rear passengers. I just close it like that, and it comes down. Just like that. This is the front. I usually keep basketball shoes, extra shoes, put my backpack in here. It's fairly deep. I have a scooter in there. You probably can't even tell. But it is annoying that it is a manual close, so I usually go like this and then just right on the front. Charging port right there. Slap it in there. So, as I mentioned, foot on the brake, and we are in drive. Hit that turn signal, and we're off. To change gears, you just swipe back. I also have auto shift. So here it says, to activate drive, foot on the brake. I get a check mark, spin the wheel to the right, and I'm automatically in drive. I didn't have to do anything. Did not touch the screen, nothing else. And just like that, 3-point turns happen really easily. This is about the noise level you will hear in the ride. I don't have a decibel meter, but I would say it's relatively quiet. There is road noise. I do have some performance tires on the car, so there is a little bit of road noise compared to if you had comfort tires. However, this is the 20-inch wheel size, which will produce less road noise and be a more comfortable drive compared to the 22s, those optional $5,500 rims. For inexperienced drivers, you really have to get used to how much power this has compared to how long it will take to slow down. The driving dynamics, however, handling-wise, I find really incredible. I have a lot of fun. Just like that. This is Mexico. We are in Mexico right now. So yeah, it's nice. It's calm, and when you want to have fun, you can have fun. These seats feel great. They have a decent amount of support, but really awesome on long drives. One of my other favorite parts of this car, the sound system. The sound system in this car is fantastic. I have blown out 2 of my speakers, or I guess the speaker blew its own 2 speakers. I don't know, but they're not on my side, so I don't really have to be bothered with it. My passenger maybe doesn't have as good of a time as I do. But it's powerful. I don't know the exact wattage. It's 20-something speakers, 23, 22, you know, I don't know. But it feels great. The sub is great. I'm really happy they thought of me there. Yeah, I can appreciate it. I struggle to think of what this car can't do, and that's why I'm so fond of it, despite the fact that I have a number of technical problems with it. The windows won't close sometimes. I don't know what that's from. I've gone into service a few times. We'll see. I don't think the majority of the Model X owner population experiences the number of problems that I experienced with this car. However, I would still recommend this car to anyone that, you know, this would even mildly work for them. And so fast. You're gone. You're just gone in seconds. And it's so composed. It takes the bumps in the road with ease. It handles really well. And the traction control for Tesla, at least this one, is amazing. Thousands of times a second, it knows what percent of what power to send to what wheel, and when you're doing things you shouldn't be doing, it saves you. And I've taken turns that are way too fast, and it only gives you as much power as it thinks that you'll need, and it feels just the right amount. So if I were to floor it in a corner, it wouldn't give me all of that, but as soon as the traction control detects that all of the wheels can take it, all of the power gets sent. Even though my foot, even though my foot is pressed all the way down through the turn, it won't give that to me until I've straightened out just enough, and it feels like, honestly, it kind of feels like a racing simulator sometimes, which, you know, think what you may, but if you enjoy that type of driving and you also need the functionality of this type of car and you don't want to pay for gas, you know, here you are. There's really just nothing wrong with it as a daily driver. I wake up, the door opens for me. I don't have to touch the door, put my seatbelt on, foot on the brake, door closes, car's in gear. I don't have to wait for the car to warm up. My music's already loaded up because with Spotify, it continues the playback that you had. So if I was playing a certain song on my phone, maybe I was listening to it in my headphones and I'm walking out of the gym, as soon as my door opens, it will automatically resume where that song was playing on my car, and I can hop in and leave. And yeah, that's about it for my Model X Plaid. Will it be my next car? No. It's time for something new. Maybe something with 2 seats. Maybe something with 4 seats. Maybe something with 5 seats. We will see. Will it be another Tesla? Not too sure. I'm a big fan of this one right here. I think it is an awesome car for the money, despite its build quality. Little touchy, but I have the same problems with my car too. So that's just a Tesla thing. If you are looking for a family SUV and you want to go used and this is along those lines, then I think you will struggle to find a better deal, truly. So yeah, good luck.